Have you heard? The restrictions have been lifted. Students can now work over 20 hours instead of 20 hours restrictions. So if you come to Canada and you're wondering about living and working and how much money you can really make and if you can actually pay your rent, let's talk more about it. I'll give you the breakdown of what to expect now with the restrictions being lifted. So stay tuned. The 20 hours was a great concern for a lot of people, and of course, rightfully so. So let's work out the math of how much someone could expect previously working 20 hours and what that really could do for you. So most persons will make minimum wage, and I'm not quoting minimum wage for everybody because since October 1st a lot of provinces actually increase their minimum wage, but on average let's just say you're making $15. So let's say you're making $15 per hour for 20 hours per week, then you'll be expecting $300 per week, and for 4 weeks, which is a month, you would be expecting $1,200. You know the tax man, we have to pay taxes.
So on a bi-weekly basis, it's $477 in BC, $458 in Ontario, $413 in Alberta, and $426 in Manitoba. And that's at 20 hours per week after taxes.
Was that enough money, really? During this, especially during the semester? Probably not. So if you're living in places like Toronto or Vancouver or any other big cities, your rent alone is like $700. And to buy food is probably $300-400. However, let's talk about if you work 40 hours per week. If you work 40 hours per week,
you would be expecting a net bi-weekly of $909 in BC, $892 in Ontario, $848 in Alberta, and $839 in Manitoba. And that's way better than the 20 hours per week. Now we can afford
rent, we have our bus pass, we have our food, we have our small necessities that we need to pay. Yeah, those are some of the things, and of course your phone bill you'll also need to pay, and for certain housing that you live in you'll also need to consider hydro. This is great development. Unfortunately, for persons that had circumstances that they couldn't be in Canada, or for some of us that procrastinated, we unfortunately got left out of this one this time around, because it is for persons that have been in Canada since October 7th, and this will take effect November 15th, and it will go on to next year, December 31st 2023. So if you're not in Canada already, this one kind of pass you by, but there's no indication that they won't continue it. And so what that means for my procrastinators is that y'all need to come into Canada. So when these new things happen, it's yay for us. They also changed the NOC system to a tiered system, and I'll talk about that on another video. But for this video, I kind of wanted to focus on the extension of the work hours. With that being said, guys, we have to be conscious. We need to survive, and survival is a must, you know. But we have to make sure that we're balancing the amount of hours that we work with going to school. Because if we fail as international students, we have to pay up to $1,000, and for a course, not even up to $1,000, minimum $1,000. And so with that, making the money and then losing it because we have to redo the course, that's not such a smart idea. In addition to like having to fail a course, if you fail a course and then let's say at the end of your semester you have one course to do, you are no longer on full-time status, and you might be putting your postgrad work permit in jeopardy. So we have to absolutely find a balance. I'm all for the balance. I'm all for more hours, but I'm also for the balance. So as you think about it and as you strategize for persons that are already in Canada, make sure that you're strategizing a clean balance as to work and study. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm happy. I wish it was in my time, but it's not. So I just wanted to come and give you guys some hard numbers as to what it will look like, and the different bills that we can expect to pay. um we kind of cover our bills to some degree with the restrictions being lifted. We now can afford it, and so if that's one of your limiting factors for not coming to Canada for persons that are outside, probably they will extend this to even everybody that's coming now. So make sure that you guys are not procrastinating anymore. And like I said in my last video, I now have study CAD consulting services to help people that's transitioning. I don't only help with getting you into schools, but also your settlement, airport pickup, different arrival packages to help you. So definitely follow us on Instagram, check out our website, and if you have questions, post them below. I hope this was useful, and take care. Peace.